जय जगन्नाथ फ्रेंड्स दिस वासुदेव पंडा वेलकम टू मास्टर इंग्लिश पिले +2 साइंस पिलांकर प्रोज भितर चारिटा सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस आलोचना करवा या पर पोएम को जीवा तापर जीवा नॉन डिटेल को ओके तुम क्लास 15-15 मिनिट 15-15 मिनिट छाड़ी शेड्यूल अच्छी सो कुआड़े जीवा ना क्लास करने रेडी रहा तापर जीवा यूनिवर्सल सेक्शन को तो जो मैंने जॉइन कर फटाफट शेयर करदे क्लासटा को जहाँफल सांग मैंने माने जॉइन करेंगे पिले सांग मान सहित क्लास कर एक्सट्रा मजा थाए तो पिले मुझे प्रथम पैसेज नहीं चैप्टर हूँ माय ग्रेटेस्ट ओलंपिक प्राइज तो यही सेक्शन रे आम आलोचना माय ग्रेटेस्ट ओलंपिक प्राइज रो फर्स्ट कौन तुम ये हूँ पैसेज तो फर्स्ट पैसेज कौन फर्स्ट पैसेज रहा व्हाट वाज द सरप्राइज दैट वेटेड जेसी ओवेन्स इन बर्लिन What of the surprise that awaited Jesse Owens in Berlin? Berlin रे Jesse Owens को पाई कौन सरप्राइज थिला? Okay. Question number 2 रहिला. Why was Owens determined to beat Lodlong? Why was Owens determined to beat Lodlong? से कहीं के प्रतिज्ञा कले तंको हराइबा पाई. Question number 3 थिला. What was the Aryan superiority theory of the Nazis? नाजिस मानकर आर्यन सुपरियरिटी थ्योरी कौन थिला क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 रहा व्हाट वाज जेसे ओवेन्स थिंकिंग अबाउट व्हाइल गोइंग ओवर ऑन द बोट टू बर्लिन अब क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 रहा व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय द एक्सप्रेशन ए लिटिल हॉट अंडर द कलर हाउ वाज जेसे इफेक्टेड बाय इट बुझेला तो ये रहा तुम्हारा प्रश्न तो प्रथम प्रश्न थिला व्हाट आर द सरप्राइज दैट अवेटेड जेसे ओवेन्स इन बर्लिन और व्हाई वाज ओवेन्स सरप्राइज ड्यूरिंग long jump trial. God bless Vishwita. In Berlin, Jesse Owens was surprised during long jump trial to see a tall German boy named Lodlong hitting the pit at almost 26 feet in his practice laps. So, Koala? Yes, in Berlin, Jesse Owens was surprised during long jump trials to see a tall German boy named Lodlong hitting the pit at almost 26 feet in trial laps. ये होती प्रथम प्रश्न उत्तर. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 कौन थिला why was Owens determined to beat Lodlong? Why was Owens determined to beat Lodlong? Lodlong कहीं की determined थिले पहले हैं बेट करिवा पे कौन बेट करिवा पे सिलेक्शन ऐसे विस्मिता मु बारंबार कहूची क्लास भितर अननेसेसरी मेसेज सिलेक्शन ऐसे सिलेक्शन ये सी बेकार बेकार जिन गुड़ाक मेसेज कर ना बुझेगा जार क्लास कर इच्छा नहीं लिव द क्लास आ क्लास भितर मत सिलेक्शन ऐसे सिलेक्शन रिपोर्ट एमती करवा नहीं किए है मुझे जहाँ एप्रोप्रिएट से करके देवी सब बेले पिला कहूँ मत क्लास भितर अलग मेसेज करवा नहीं किए इफ यू आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड डोंट कम टू द क्लास है मोर गोटे किसी आइडियल अच्छी आदर्श अच्छी से आदर्श भितर मुझे चले क्लास भितर मत कौन डिस्टर्बेंस आई डोंट लाइक एनी डिस्टर्बेंस सो द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट Why was Owens determined to beat Lodlong? Why was Owens determined to beat Lodlong? कहीं की determined हेले ताकू परास्त करिवा पे. What is the reason behind that? Owens was determined to beat Lodlong because he knew that he was a Negro. And against this backdrop, he would, fear Hitler's Aryan superiority theory to pieces. Because according to him, if Lodlong would win the match, then it would add some support to the Nazis' Aryan superiority theory. That's why, he was determined to beat Lodlong. Next question thila kono pile. Next question hochi question number 3. What are the Aryan superiority theory of the Nazis? आर्यन सुपरियरिटी थ्योरी कौन थे व्हाट वाज आर्यन सुपरियरिटी थ्योरी कहले कौन पे आर्यन सुपरियरिटी थ्योरी स्टैंड फॉर जर्मन्स आर द मास्टर रेस इन द वर्ल्ड Germans are the master race in the world. This is Aryan superiority theory. Question number, 4 कौन थिला पिले? What was Jesse Owens thinking about while going over on the boat to Berlin? बही भितर सीधा सीधा प्रश्न आई. What was Jesse Owens thinking about while going over on the boat to Berlin? हला बर्लिन गला बाटरे से जेतल जाउथिले से कोन भाबुथिले? What he was thinking? What was he thinking exactly? Jesse Owens was thinking about taking one or two of those gold medals. Yes or no? One or two of those gold medals while going over on the boat. Next question देखिबा. What do you mean by the expression a little hot under the collar? What do you mean by the expression a little hot under the collar? A little hot under the collar stand for being angry or being annoyed. Okay. How was Jesse affected by it? How was Jesse affected by it? केमती माने जेसी या द्वारा केमती अफेक्टेड हेले? हाँ यूनिवर्सल सेशन अच्छी लेटर अच्छी बर्तमान आर्ट्स पिलांकर तीनटा साइंस पिलांक पई तीनटा क्लास स्पेशल क्लास जीवो तापर गोटे यूनिवर्सल सेशन जीवो एरर करेक्शन रो तापर जीवो तमरो कंप्लीट सिलेक्शन पैसेज जोटा प्रोज ऊपर आलोचना करबा छै काली पोएम सरजी प्रोज रो आलोचना करबा. ओके. On the boat to Berlin, Jesse Owens. Okay, what is the question? What do you mean by the expression a little hot under the collar? A little hot under the collar stand for being angry. And how was Jesse affected by it? By getting angry, Jesse Owens did not do well in his trial session. In his trial session, as a result of that, he got, disqualified in his first 2 trial jump. ये थिला एक्सट्रैक्ट 1 पिले. एक्सट्रैक्ट 2 देखिबा. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन यार आ गोटे पार्ट रे देखिबा हमें. सो व्हाट डज ए कोच से अबाउट एन एंग्री एथलीट? व्हाट डज ए कोच से अबाउट एन एंग्री एथलीट? जने एंग्री एथलीट बाबत रे कोन जने कोच कोन कहंती? And what is the standpoint of every coach? You can say, even take it also. What is the standpoint of every coach? Then, how was Owens no exception? How was Owens no exception? Came Owens ko सहित कौन हला? Then how did Owens perform in the second jump? केमिति performance देले? Then what made Owens say, did I come 3,000 miles for this? And the last question, why did Owens kick the pit? Why did Owens kick the pit? तो एठी प्रथम प्रश्न कौन बिले? What does a coach say about an angry athlete? What is the standpoint of every coach? ये होची तमरो प्रश्न. So a coach say that an angry athlete is an athlete who makes mistake. Biswajit, yes. A coach say that an angry athlete always commit mistake. कमला. Pros discussion. ये तो pro discussion चाली ची. कोला पिला माने तो मेरे प्रो डिस्कशन चलछि मझे पुणी थरे कमेंट करवा आरंभ करदेले. मु एबे गोटे छुआ को गाली कली पुणी थरे मझे कमेंट करवा स्टार्ट करदेले. मते डिस्ट्रैक्ट करो नाही रे पिला. तुम मान को गोटे रिक्वेस्ट करूछि क्लास कला बेले मते डिस्ट्रैक्ट कले मु क्लास सब टोटल बंद कर देबेला. किए कोड थी आसिक जहाँ इच्छा तहा जार जार मन जाएगा से क्वेश्चन कार क्लास रे कंसंट्रेट करो तुम चाहिए. दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम ना. व्हाई यू आर नॉट आस्किंग फॉर सच टाइप ऑफ थिंग्स. So next question is what? How was Owens no exception? How was Owens no exception? नहीं ये तो लतर कौन? Question number 2. Question number 2. Owens was no exception because he got frustrated. He got frustrated after he was disqualified in the first 2 qualifying jump. First 2 qualifying jump. Yes or no? He failed to hit the target. This made him depressed and angry. And this made him depressed and angry. Next question was question number 3. How did Owens perform in the second jump? The second jump was even worse. The second jump was even worse. Second jump ta auri kharab thela pele. The second jump was even worse. He ate the feet out of anger. Yeah. Next question. Next question is, what made Owens say, did I come 3,000 miles for this? कौन ପାଇଁ ସେ କହିଲେ did I come 3,000 miles for this? After getting disqualified in the second jump, disgustedly Owens kicked the pit. Disgustedly Owens kicked the pit and he contemplated that did I come 3,000 miles for this? Next question देखिबा. Next question होउछि कोन पिले? Last question ए chapter रो. Why did Owens kick the pit? Why did Owens kick the pit? His 2 consecutive attempts made him. Okay. Why did Owens kick the pit? The question is, so Owens was depressed by his poor performance in the qualifying jump. So he, out of disgust, he kicked the pit. Out of disgust, out of anger. Yeah, exactly. Out of anger, he kicked the pit. After getting disqualified in his 2 trials performance, he disgustedly kicked the pit. Miss Mahapatra Pralipta. Yes, better. पिले परवर्ती आमे एक्सट्रैक्ट को जीवा सेटा होची कोन पिले चैप्टर होची तमरा डेवलपमेंट ऑफ पोलियो वैक्सीन. व्हाट इज इट? डेवलपमेंट ऑफ पोलियो वैक्सीन को आलोचना करिबा नेक्स्ट चैप्टर रे. एंड द passages are, let me tell you, the first passage kona, which things are the carriers of polio virus? Which things are the carrier of polio virus? Number 2, or how can polio spread? Yeda or roila. Next question roila, what percentage of people attacked by polio virus actually suffer from severe polio? Next question roila, through which organ does the polio virus enters the body? Question number 4 is, what happens when the virus enters the bloodstream? And question number 5, what is poliomyelitis? What is pilot? These are the questions in first phase. I'm आलोचना करेंगे प्रथम phase रे. So first question was, which things are the carrier of poliovirus? Which things are the carrier of poliovirus? Poliovirus को मैंने यारे से यारे को transport करते हुआ carrier किए क्या? So poliovirus can spread through physical contact with infected faces or infected droplets traveling through air, in food and in water. Getting me? In food or in water. Next question Rohila. What percentage of people attacked by polio virus actually suffer from severe polio? Pralipta, yeah. So 1% of people. The question answer is 1% of people attacked by polio virus actually suffers from severe polio. 1% only. Shankar, yes. Oh, Miss Mahapatra, Miss. Next question. Question number 3. Through which organ does the polio virus enter the body? Through which organ polio virus enter the body? The polio virus enters the body by nose or mouth. By nose or mouth. Next question. Question number 4. What happens when the virus enters the bloodstream? What happens when the virus enters the bloodstream? जब bloodstream को जाए तो कौन होंगे? When the virus enters the bloodstream, the patient start making antibodies against it. When the virus enters the bloodstream, the patient start making antibodies against it. In most cases, progression of the virus is stopped and lifelong immunity is acquired. And in maximum cases, what happens? They stop the progression of virus and lifelong immunity is acquired. Patient माने भीतर एंटीबॉडी फॉर्म हो जाए, लाइफलॉन्ग इम्यूनिटी आसे आउ एठी वायरस रे प्रोग्रेशन बंद हो जाए. लास्ट क्वेश्चन ए माने जो पैसेज तथिला ए पैसेज रो लास्ट क्वेश्चन कोन तले क्वेश्चन तला व्हाट इज पोलियोमाइलिटिस? व्हाट इज पोलियोमाइलिटिस? पोलियोमाइलिटिस खोले कोन? So poliomyelitis means an infected viral disease that affect the central nervous system. That affect the central nervous system and can cause temporary or permanent paralysis. This is the question. नेक्स्ट देखिए पिले नेक्स्ट पैसेज आइला यस why was it impossible at times to put polio in check despite advance in medicine? Next Raila, what are the terrifying outbreaks that seemed impossible to stop? That seemed impossible to stop. Next, what did the first half of 19th century witness? Next question, what made the polio expect sound health instead of merely hoping for it? And the next question is, what happened in early 1950s? The questions that will be discussed now. So first question was, why was it impossible at times to put polio in check despite advance in medicine? एते मेडिसिन रा एते एडवांसमेंट सत्वे पोलियो को कहीं की चेक करा जाई पार नथिला प्रथम प्रश्न द्वितीय प्रश्न अछि व्हाट आर द टेरिफाइंग आउटब्रेक्स दैट सीम्ड इम्पॉसिबल टू स्टॉप से भयभीत भाव रे जो व्यापुतला हैं व्हाट ऑफ दैट एग्जैक्टली नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन रहला व्हाट डिड द फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ 19th century विटनेस 19 शताब्दी रे मध्य भाग रे कोन सब देखा जाउतला को जिंस रो साखी वाले भाव रे ताको निया जाई पारे Then question number 3 rahila, what did the question number 4 rahila, what made the people expect sound health instead of merely hoping for it? लोक माने काहे के माने सुंदर स्वास्थ्य आशा करूतले. लास्ट क्वेश्चन रहला, what happened in early 1950 1950 मसिया बिल्कुल कोन होतला स्टार्टिंग रे कोन होतला. सो प्रथम प्रश्न, why was it impossible at times to put polio in check despite advance in medicine? This is a question. So it was impossible at times to put polio in check despite advance in medicine because it was a deadly, highly contagious disease. Miss Mahapatra. Very good, very good. Contagious disease, and that ignored the rich and the poor. Next question. Question number 2. What are the terrifying outbreaks that seemed impossible to stop? That seemed impossible to stop. In comparison to plague or influenza, यदि plague और influenza को हमें तुलना करिवा, polio was a frightening and highly contagious disease. Polio was a frightening and highly contagious disease, attacking both the poor and rich. It arose in terrifying outbreaks that seemed impossible to stop in spite of advance in medicine. Question number 3 bile, what did the first half of 19th century witness? 19th century of first half re kon hala bile kon hala advanced medicine instead of this. Okay, stop this. The first half of 19th century witnessed great advancement in basic hygiene method and knowledge. Hygiene method और knowledge ra development से समय ही जाइतला already. People expected sound health instead of merely hoping for it. लोक माने माने सुंदर स्वास्थ्य पई काम करूथिले, होप करू नथिले, आशा करू नथिले, काम करूथिले. क्वेश्चन नंबर 4, what made the people expect sound health instead of merely hoping for it? काहे कि लोक माने साउंड हेल्थ रे कामना करूथिले, केवल आशा करू नथिले. एडवांसमेंट इन बेसिक हाइजीन मेथड एंड नॉलेज इन द फर्स्ट ऑफ. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिबा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 थिला कोन, what happened in early 1950? अर्ली 1950 1950 मसीहार प्रथम भाग रे कोन होतला पले. So in the early 1950 there were shocking posters of children on crutches, on iron lungs, the large and heavy mechanical aids to help those whose lungs would not function at all, paralyzed to breathe actually. So children, the heartbreaking poster of children on crutches and iron lungs, the cumbersome mechanical aids that helps those people whose lungs are permanently paralyzed. तो ये थिला पहिले चारिटा माने दुईटा चैप्टर और चारिटा पैसेज स्पेशली साइंस पिलांक पई. या पर हम जिबा कविता सेक्शन आलोचना करबा, पोएम सेक्शन रे आहुरी चारिटा पैसेज आलोचना करबा. तापर जिबा हमर जो स्टोरी सेक्शन नॉन डिटेल सेक्शन भी सो दुईटा 5 हेची, दुईटा 20 को नेक्स्ट क्लास हो. आई होप सो ट्राई करछि करबा पे दुईटा 20 बेल को आ गोटे क्लास. ओके, सो कुआडे जिबा नै, क्लास करवा सी यू दिया स्टे ट्यून मास्टर जय जगन्नाथ।